There's a reason many newscasts begin with a quick weather segment. We want to know whether to bring an umbrella or wear a coat. But when you're traveling with a big RV rig like this, as we often do, the weather can have a huge impact on your plans. We're returning home after a month-long RV adventure out west. The trip was a perfect chance to test some apps that help anticipate what the weather will be like along your route. I'll tell you what we discovered on Steve's Tech Talk. We pulled this 34-foot travel trailer on a route that included a stop at this RV park, where we were greeted with this stunning view of the Rocky Mountains. Then it was on to Bryce Canyon and Zion National Parks in Utah. Next, we headed to Wyoming to visit the Grand Tetons. Finally, it was time to head home with stops at Mount Rushmore and the Wisconsin Dells. In total, we traveled almost 4,000 miles. In the past, I'd pull up my weather app and enter some of the cities along the route. But if you've tried that, you know it's difficult to anticipate what the weather will be like at the precise moment you're passing through. But if you've got a problem, there must be an app for that. Sure enough, I found a bunch, and I narrowed it down to 3. Highway Weather, Weather on the Way, and Drive Weather. Each has its own way of presenting the weather forecast along your route. After a few days of playing with the free versions of all 3, I found a clear winner. Weather on the Way. For starters, it's the only app that's currently CarPlay compatible, so I can see its information on my car's dashboard. Maybe that's not important to you, but it was a huge selling point for me. I liked it so well, I gladly plunked down $25 for an annual subscription. When you're pulling a big rig like this, in addition to rain and snow, wind and wind direction have a huge impact on your trip. Weather on the Way clearly shows wind direction and speed. It also shows wind gusts. We've passed trailers flipped over in winds over 40 miles per hour. The timeline is what makes this app so helpful. It shows what the conditions will be like along your route if you leave at different times of day. I also like the radar view that presents the weather cells in more traditional format. The scenery in Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park is amazing, but so too are the winds. Using the app, we could see that getting an early start would help us avoid the worst gusts. The app also offers alternative routes that might be a little out of the way, but might also avoid the roughest weather. This little yellow alert is another important feature when you're traveling out west. It warns of things like forest fires, flash floods, or even excessive heat. I've watched too many stories about campers caught unaware. We were blessed with wonderful weather for most of our trip, but as we headed home, our route collided with the after effects of Hurricane Helene. We'd planned to start home on Friday morning, but Weather on the Way confirmed the weather reports, with winds gusting to over 40 miles per hour, well in excess of our comfort zone. Based on the app, we decided to leave Thursday and avoid those high winds. This was our first month-long RV adventure, and Weather on the Way proved well worth the $25 investment. It helped us travel with more confidence, and in the end, it helped us avoid a potential disaster. For Great Day TV, I'm Steve Sweitzer.